Good morning. Hello, 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 good people of Twitch. We are here to play Pokemon. And we're going to do Seafoam Islands today. I don't think Seafoam Islands is going to be that long. In my brain, the map isn't that bad. But also, it's been a while. So, we'll see. We will see how this goes. Look at the islands. Look at that classic Pokemon cave music. I don't remember where anything is. This is probably the map I know the least well. I don't know almost anything about this map. I have no memory of Seafoam Islands. Essentially at all. I legitimately don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going. Like Rock Tunnel I had a vision of. As far as like cave maps go, like there's a lot of caves I do know. Like I know Ice Cave from Gen 2. But like everything, oh, it's this situation. Is this also Ice Cave? All right, all right, all right. Hey, look, it's Psyduck. It's Ducky. Ducky's back. All right. Yeah. So we're in the Seafoam Islands today. A cave I do not remember almost at all. The good news is I'm familiar with some enough, I think, Pokemon mechanics that I can get through this. So we're gonna get through this. I'm gonna like actually explore this. Weeping Bell. Weeping Bell. We're gonna go to the cave and for no real purpose. Like I'm not gonna catch Articuno. I'm pretty sure Articuno is present. There's no like prerequisite for Articuno to appear in the cave. Weeping Bell, you're gonna have a problem because you're gonna die. Just gotta put their life on the line sometimes. Sometimes a little bit of threat helps. So we're gonna do the cave mechanics that I know. And then continue exploring. Excellent. Let me go do the other one because I didn't the first time. And then, generally speaking, the way Pokemon games are made, generally speaking, the way early Pokemon games are made, the idea is that the first path is not the right path, but it will also give you things. We're here for items, you see. So, like, we do kind of want to take the first path because we want the items. But the first path is not going to get us where we ultimately need to be. That's the farthest path. Like Mount Moon. Mount Moon has a ton of ladders and a ton of like locations that essentially lead to nowhere. And like you just get stuck. But they all have items at the end of them. And so this is why you go exploring these. You get all of your items and stuff like that. And this is like the premise in video games that I'm kind of used to. And it's good. It's good to have and to know and to have as a thought process. This of course became very confusing when you start playing, or becomes very confusing when you start to play newer Pokemon games because they don't follow this premise. There is no alternate path. There is no like path for just items. It's just ain't nothing there. That was the one way to go, and that is the only way there is, which is, I guess a little confusing. For me as a Pokemon player, especially like when I hit Gen 8 and I was like walking through caves and I was like, what the heck is this? It wasn't very fun to me. I wonder if am I allowed to fall through the holes? I am. Good to know. You do want to usually push these all the way down. Cool. Anyhow, falling through holes is not usually the best way to. Oh, hello, hello. Good morning, Delete. How you doing? Here for a few minutes before work. Nice. I'm exploring the Sea Foam Islands, and it's probably the map I know the least well in like almost all of the Pokemon games. Because I feel like the other ones are all pretty easy. Like, or at least I say pretty easy. They're just like very memorable. Like Ice Cave from Gen 2, a snap. Unknown Dungeon, easy. Like Rock Tunnel, pretty easy. Mount Moon's pretty easy. Are there cave systems in Gen 3? There's Rustboro Tunnel that takes you straight to Verdant Turf. There is, what is the name of like the, I don't remember the name of the other cave above Rustboro, where all the Lunatone and Soul Rock are, depending on which game you're playing. I should be running around more often. Ooh, a gold duck. Could you imagine if I was here and our time with the ducky had been cut short because I could just catch a gold duck? Then I wouldn't have Mark right now. And I do have Mark, and that's nice. But yeah. This is the cave that I probably don't play the most by myself. When I was younger and I was like, I want to go catch Articuno, my brother just like took my game from me and was like, I'll catch Articuno. So I never got to explore the cave on my own. Unknown Dungeon I remember pretty well. Rock Tunnel I remember better in the light, obviously. So this is the original ladder. Let's do this guy. Yeah, you gotta do all these. Meteor Falls! Yes, 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 that's what it is. Meteor Falls is the name of the cave where Lunatone and Soul Rock are. Why couldn't I remember Meteor Falls? I remembered Mount Chimney and the Jagged Pass. And then there's the entire underground cave system that I don't think is named, including the Reggie cave system, which is pretty small to BH. Just, you know, you got to read some Braille. And in my brain, I'm like, you just got to read some Braille. No biggie. I like legit knew how to read Braille with my eyes, which is not, I guess, helpful. I can read Braille with my eyes decently. Not as much anymore. I kind of lost it, like, you know, a few years ago. But when I was in middle school, I had, like, taught myself to read Braille to play Pokemon games. So, well, like, not, like, to play Pokemon games, but, you know, to get my Reggies because they're Braille-based Pokemon. And I was like, cool, I get my Reggies and learn how to read Braille. No biggie. Everything's cool. And then the fun thing about that story is that, oh my gosh, Weeping Bell. All right, Weeping Bell. Gotta let someone else fight this. Wasn't that Meowth? I think Meowth can do it. Yeah, you learn how to read, Braille, you catch your Reggies. But then when I was in high school, like my junior year of high school, which if there are any non-Americans present, that's like the third year, like 2 years before you graduate. 3 out of 4 years. I was about 16, I guess, 16, 17 years old. That year of high school, someone was new to the band program and they were completely blind. I forgot to switch out Weeping Bell. So we had like a new girl in the band who was completely blind. She was, you know, so incredibly musically gifted, but occasionally like would need help sorting through like her music and stuff like that. And she was reading, Braille music. And I and I was like, I can help a little bit. And then eventually, like, it was discovered that, like, we were going to be helpful to her. I don't know why people would have assumed that we weren't, but then her interpreters essentially wrote on them, like in pencil, what the names of the songs were so we could find them for her easier. But for at least a month, I was like, let me help you. And she was like, excuse me? And I was like, I can help, I promise. I know enough letters in Braille to help. At least at that point in high school, I did. And yeah, find it somewhat confusing about the years in high school. Weepin' Bell, I am so sorry that I am like traumatizing you like this. I just am distracted. The high school years, I guess like all school systems are different and confusing. I've seen a lot of them like put side by side in comparisons. And yeah, they're all like that. In the Americas, or at least in the parts of Americas where I live and what I'm familiar with, you start school at age 5 in kindergarten. And then you do grades 1 through 6 is elementary school. Sometimes you do grades 6 through 8 as middle school. Sometimes it's just 7 and 8. It depends on where you are. Grade 7 and 8 is middle school. And then you have 4 years of high school, which we still like number and call grades 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then you end high school at year 12. You start year 12 of high school when you are 18, or no, 17, and you usually graduate by the time you're 18, depending on when your birthday is. But if you're going to sleep, we could just use payday. But the years of high school are then additionally labeled the year 9, your first year of high school is your freshman year. Year 10, your second year of high school, is your sophomore year. Year 3 of high school, your 11th grade of school, is your junior year. And then year 4 of high school, your 12th year of school, minus kindergarten, is your senior year. And that's what I am used to. That's what I grew up the school system I grew up in. So I got used to that. It makes sense to me. The thing that is a little bit confusing, I guess, is like the ages people are supposed to be during these years, because in America particularly, we really equate age with grade level, which I don't think is healthy from like an education standpoint. Did I leave Weepin' Bell out front again? Good Lord. Weepin' Bell, can you one-shot this side deck for me, please? And then I promise I'll switch you out. Thank you. I don't think it's healthy from an education level to equate grade level with age, because like people learn things at all different rates, and it's not good to essentially just say that a person knows something because of how old they are. Like, even if it is something that you quote unquote should have learned previously. Because regardless of whether or not you should have learned it, sometimes things take longer to stick for people than others, and it's totally not cool that we... Are you out of Thunderbolts? Is that why I traded you? No, you're good. It's not cool that we, like, just assume people know things. And especially, like, no offense, but in America, we have, like, the No Child Left Behind Act, which is a great idea in principle, of like, we want to make sure every child is getting the education that they need so that they can progress through their schooling at like a reasonable place. But really all it does is it makes it so that teachers are pressured to pass students on to the next grade level without them actually knowing all of the material as thoroughly as they should. And that's not helpful, because if you don't know material, particularly concepts like in math, you're going to get really far behind. Like, if you can't do basic addition and subtraction, multiplication and division is going to be really hard for you. So that's the gripe with that. But it is what it is. And unfortunately, overhauling the American education system is difficult. Definitely beyond my power. I would have to like get a PhD in education and then work my way up through administration and like, no thanks. And then also it's just hard to deal with like children, like remembering that they're children because they're babies. And yeah, it's hard to remember that like, you know, kids don't know a lot and also they're growing in like multiple ways at once and life is confusing and difficult. And yeah, it's not a good time. Like high school is not a good time for a lot of people. This boulder puzzle that like, I don't know, confuses some people. It's not that bad. I like the boulder. I love the strength puzzles in early Pokemon games. Like for Seafoam Islands and Victory Road, I think they're very well done. I enjoy them quite a lot. My God. Oh, but Dugong is so cute. I love Dugong. I think Dugong's always one of those Pokemon that like I want to train and I want to be part of my party, except for two problems. First problem is that I usually start with the water type starter, so doubling up on the water type doesn't usually make sense. And then the second problem is that you get Dugong really late in the game. And that is a problem. Actually, I guess it's not like a huge problem. I think I'm just gonna yeet through one of these holes. And just see where it goes. The problem with yeeting myself through the holes is that I lose, like, my focus of where I am in the Seafoam Islands. But, like, let's be real. I didn't know where I was anyway. Yeet. Oh. Oh, right. That's why I'm doing this. Because Articuno's right there. Hi, Articuno! Cool. I already got there. I don't need to or want to catch Articuno. So we're just going to leave Articuno be. And, yeah. We're just going to leave Articuno alone. We should also go find Zapdos because there are items by Zapdos. And now that Weezing knows Thunderbolt, it's probably slightly more effective to... Well, I guess it depends on what the hold items available are in this game. I don't actually know, like 100% what all the hold items are in this game. And I haven't given anyone any hold items. Usually the hold item I want the most is the amulet coin. And I'm not allowed an amulet coin in this game. But I do need money. And ever since I figured out that payday scales with level and not like what Pokemon you are fighting with it or whatever, it is nicer to, you know, just not deal with like, you know, the struggle of payday a million times on a Pokemon that might kill you. That's how it goes. Anyhow, we have found Articuno, which means that our journey through Seafoam Islands is almost over. No way! I never even got to the water. I just, like, know Seafoam Islands, so I was like, yeah, boulder puzzles, let's go. I love them. I think they're I love boulder puzzles. I think it's a really, really fun aspect of Pokemon games that I'm really sad they got rid of. Also, just like all the HMs. Like, I understand what the Pokemon Company was trying to do, and they were like, no more HMs. Put it in different places. Like, I get it. But also, I think it's part of the struggle. And I think it's important to have that part of the struggle to be like, who's gonna get the HM in the party? Because in later Pokemon games, doing like a run like this would not nearly be as exciting because they just, let you surf without earning it. And like in this game, this run would essentially be demolished if I didn't have Lickitung, the only Pokemon in my party who can learn Surf. All right, I mostly fell down on the left-hand side, so I think I go up on the right, and then I'll be able to just find my way out. I'm out of Thunderbolts. Just keep training Wheezing a little bit. I think we're almost... Yeah, we're trying to get everyone to like 50. And then they're battle tower ready. Oh, shoot. I can't go up on the side because I never finished... Well, I never got over here for boulder dropping. Well, but I do need to come up on this side because that's where the other exit is to get to Cinnabar Island. Unless I just go all the way around after I come back up, which I guess I could do. Like, it's not that bad. We'll figure it out. We'll see where I end up. If I can get the rest of the boulders down, I think I know where I need to turn for that. Shouldn't be that bad. I don't think. It'll be okay. Figure it out. But yeah. Anyhow. I love these old caves. I miss them. Oh, not that way. This way. Yeah, I think that particular ladder system is there for the people who did go through the boulders on that side. I just didn't, so it's what it is. We deal. Yeah, I think I'm going to go back on my way to Cinnabar right now. Well, if I can get to Cinnabar, if I get out of this cave in the right direction, then I will... I can't surf over there, which means I think I have to keep going up until I get to the boulder again. The boulder! Every time I say it, it reminds me of like Avatar The Last Airbender. Oh, Avatar The Last Airbender. What a great show. Nothing for me over there because I only dropped one boulder. Alright. Where do I gotta cross to get to the next boulder? I kind of love getting stuck like halfway through the running like animation. I think it's cute. I love this little character from this game. I don't remember, I mean, all the Pokemon characters that you play in the Pokemon games have names. I don't know her name. I don't think I ever learned it. I think that's where it originally came up. Let's go with the top one. I don't remember. I also am terrible. I'm better at Pokemon game maps, admittedly. I'm pretty good with Pokemon game maps. I am terrible at like open world maps. Like not Legend of Zelda. Well, Legend of Zelda games. I haven't played any of the open world Legend of Zelda games, to be fair. I never played Breath of the Wild. Skyward Sword is a little bit open world, but it's broken up enough that it wasn't that bad. So that was fine for me. But like Minecraft, I get lost in Minecraft all the time. Yeah, just like all the time. Mostly in caves. I already went, the other one didn't take me anywhere. I have to go this way. I guess I could just go through this hole. But I need to end up on the other side, so I need to go up one more and then come down through that hole. That's the boulder I'm missing for this whole thing. And I don't think there's a way through. Unless I go up again and then go over again. Yeah, I think that's the answer. Yeah, because that's an up ladder. Ooh. Gotta go up again. Alright, let's go find an up ladder. Oh, caves. This is the surfing boulder cave. I do really love the mechanic they introduced in Gen 2 with the frozen floors. I know a lot of people hate it. I love those puzzles. I think they're so fun. I would just glide around forever and have fun and like, oh, what a great puzzle to have in a game. I love the slidey floors. And I know that the slidey floors is just like one step up from the rocket, like the rocket floors, the arrows that like whoop whoop whoop. I love those too. I think those are great. Gosh, Pokemon games. They don't do it like this anymore. I mean, I know they're doing like, what is it? Pokemon Zaw is the next game that I think is releasing next year. But I know they probably won't do it because it's a remake of Gen 6. And it's just like Megas in Paris. But it would be so nice if they... I want one of these Pokemon games again, where I'm just like a little character. You know? I miss them. Back to floor 1. Go, Arbok. Yeet. I do like just dropping the holes. Yeah, because that up there is where I got stuck last time. This probably leads to some items that I haven't got yet. No, this is the same place I was before. Cool. All right, Seafoam Islands is basically a done. I just got to get out of here. And then we'll go to power plants. Well, first we'll get to Cinnabar. Fight everyone on the way to Cinnabar. Then once we finish Cinnabar, I don't know if I want to fight Cinnabar right now. I could. Because Lickitung could just sweep lane. Lickitung does serve. Lickitung is the best. So we could just go fight Cinnabar and do Pokemon Mansion. I don't know why they call it Pokemon Mansion. I call it Cinnabar Mansion and like have since I was a child. Mostly because when you call it Pokemon Mansion, it doesn't give you much information about where it is. And I like to know where things are. But I could do Pokemon Mansion. Pokemon are at like 30s, which is the same as Seafoam Islands. It's just a little bit of a grind. But Weepinbell's already dying. Weepinbell's not getting any more experience points on the way to Cinnabar. Either way, it's going to be a grind. Let's be real. Is there an item here? Nothing? You're just here to trick people. I want items. Give me items. I have to sell all of my money-related items, like, soon. Because I need to buy a lot more TMs to make my team more viable. I mean, I guess I don't have to make the team more viable. I could probably do Elite Four with the team movesets as are, or as they would be just on natural moves. Weezing would have suffered, admittedly, like a lot. But as much as I believe in my ability to do Elite Four with their base movesets, having the variety of movesets is so nice. So nice. And I definitely would appreciate having some more moves. And that's the way out. All done. Seafoam Islands. Battle? I'll read the sign first. That's it. Just who put the sign here? Oh, I guess Misty. Hi, am I on vacation? Sure, let's call it that. Vacation. But yeah, I miss Pokemon Mountainy maps. Also, like, I didn't mean to use smog, but whatever, it's fine. Um, well, my brain died. Um, yeah, I get the like the Pokemon. Um, they're trying to like everything is kind of moving to like a more open world, more like realistic, I guess, situation, which is fine. I get it. Like playing through Paldea. Oh, Weezing's at 50. Good job, Weezing. We loved you. Yeah, it's time for someone else to train. Arbok, your turn. I understand like kind of the want for open world stuff. The problem is that Pokemon games used to be built so specifically and like with so much care of like having to go places to get certain things, needing to fight gym leaders so that you could progress the game state, essentially, Put a rocket in front of Silphco so that we can't actually access Silphco until later, I thought all of that was great, great design. And it's just so many of the Pokemon games nowadays, at least, are just you can do whatever you want. Do it in whatever order you want. And like they try to like cap you with like levels and such. But let's be real. You can, if you are like me at least, you can grind. Like unless you're speed running Pokemon games, you can grind. And also like the way battles in Paldea work, I'm pretty sure you have to start every trainer battle in Paldea. I don't remember much, but I don't remember trainers challenging me to battles that often. I also did find it pretty annoying that every trainer battle was just like, I'm a student. And I'm like, this shows no growth for like the area of Paldea. Like there should be some students out and about, obviously, but like there should also be other Pokemon trainers who are just here to kick my ass. Getting to 85? Yeah, no, same. I walked essentially the entire map of Paldea before I fought any gym leaders because I didn't have to. They didn't make it. They didn't stop me. There was nothing in place to stop me. Is the thing, and I like that in Pokemon games. Stop me. Put a limit on where I can go without getting the next thing. But like, they gave me a bike immediately, essentially, because you get them right on for free, which I'm still mad about early in the game. I think that's just bad writing. But right, you get your Miraidon Koraidon super early, so you get your bike. It can jump way higher than you can. And if you spend, I don't know, 10 minutes learning the jumping mechanics of the game, it's really easy to cheat your way around Paldea, which is exactly what I did. Like, they try to limit you by being like, oh, your Pokemon can't go in the water. You're stuck now. But you can usually get around that. And by usually, I mean almost always. There are a few islands and stuff that you can't get through in the game, but like you don't need to. I did essentially the entire map before I was like, all right, let's go back and actually start fighting gyms, which meant that I battled, I think it's like the designated second gym of the game last. That was the last gym that I battled, and the Pokemon were like at level 25, and I was like, you're about to get murdered because my Pokemon were at level 90 by the time I got to that gym. I think I ended up battling my first gym at level 72. But I also had a full party. I had my full party of 6, and everyone was like at level 70. And yeah, it was really easy to avoid like literally every plot related thing. Like, there's essentially no plot in Paldea. You can just run around the whole map without any plot at all, which I don't particularly enjoy. I want plot. Like, I love that in this game, in order to progress, you have to talk to Team Rocket members. You have to engage with Team Rocket to progress the game. Mount Moon is taken over. You can avoid almost all of those battles except for the end. You have to hear about the scientist who is trying to, like, get the fossils and who has joined Team Rocket to do so. And I think that's great. Does this island have an item on it? No. Why are you here? You don't have any items. Why? Yeah. Just to stop someone from surfing straight to Seafoam Islands. Yeah, fight me. But yeah, in Paldea, it was like, I didn't do anything on the map. I think I ended up doing one thing on the map early, and that was just because I was playing with the game, and I didn't realize I was doing like a quest early. They give you like 3 plots essentially that you could follow through Paldea. You can follow, I mean, you're supposed to do all of them, right? It's supposed to be like you do all of these things simultaneously, where you fight gyms and Team Star and help What's-His-Face with his Pokemon. And that's all fine and dandy, except for they're not connected, and they don't stop you from progressing gameplay. And because they don't stop you from progressing gameplay, you don't actually need them. They're just there. And you really don't even have to do them at all, because as previously mentioned, I got around the entire map without almost any of them. The only one I did was the one that gives Miraidon Speedies. I had Speedy. I could press the button and go fast. Which isn't even like that strong of it, like of any of the abilities that you want. That's really not one of them. So yeah, I cheated the game and jumped every river I was supposed to be not allowed to jump, and could very easily avoid all of the gym fights and all of the Team Star battles, because those were clearly marked areas, so you didn't have to do those. And you don't have to fight whatever, I forgot what they called, the things that you fight for the powers that Miraidon gets, that whatever that arc of the story was. Yeah, you didn't have to. None of it was important to the gameplay. It didn't change the gameplay at all. I got through the entire map without it. And so if that wasn't ever a detriment to playing the game, why do those things need to be in the game? That's what I don't understand. Like, yeah, sure, there's a few items that you can't get to without high jump. There are a few islands you can't get to without glide or whatever, but like, ultimately, none of it is going to impact how the game is played. And because of that, I thought Paldea was really weak. Also, like, the Elite Four, right, is supposed to be like this big behemoth conglomerate, whatever, that you can't get to until you beat all of the gyms. Like, that's usually supposed to be your goal. And you're like, oh, well, can't go there because the guy won't let me in because I don't have my gym badges. Gotta go get my gym badges. No, not in Paldea. In Paldea, I got to the Elite Four on accident because I like to explore. And so as soon as I was given the ability to ride my Pokemon, look at Cinnabar Island. As soon as I was given the ability to ride my Pokemon, I legitimately just started being like, cool, I can now explore more of this city that I'm in, which they named Misselgosa. And I was like, all right, we go explore now. I had already explored almost the entire city on foot because that's the kind of person I am. I did that. I did a lot before I went as far as I could without with just what I was given, essentially, before I was allowed to ride Miraidon. I ran around for a long time. My starter Pokemon was like, I think fully at level 20 before I walked into that city the first time. But then I got the ability to like jump higher, and I was like, yes, we explore. We're going to jump over everything and learn not only the layout of this place, but also just, figure things out. So I did. I jumped over everything. And at one point I jumped into water because why wouldn't you? And so I was like, cool, just gonna jump over here. And I was started jumping over all of the walls I could find. And in doing so, jumped over a wall that essentially like, scene break, like Pokemon scene break when you walk like through a door or something, usually like, it cuts to black and then things, which hadn't happened before in this city because most of the city is connected and supposed to be open worlds and explory. But I jumped over a place and I ended up in the Elite Four. And I was like, what? And then just for fun, I saved my game and tried to battle someone over there. And they had like level 50 Pokemon, and I was like, oh, that's not going to happen anymore. Restart save file. We don't want that on our record. But then Arbok, my love, we meet the one coughing in the world who doesn't explode, and you don't want to kill him. Is it because he's your friend? I understand, Arbok. Yeah, but then the Elite Four, usually, as previous Pokemon games go, there's like a person standing outside to stop you, and there wasn't. And I was like, excuse me? And I just walked straight in, and a person was like, are you here to challenge the Elite Four? And I was like, yeah, well, why not? And then they were like, all right, you have to pass a quiz first. And then the quiz is a ton of like bogus questions that don't, I guess, mean anything. And then the person's just like, no, not feeling it. That's it. That's what's stopping me from fighting the Elite Four early. Just you saying no. No, I don't think so. Like it's just not good writing for a game structure. And like, I know Pokemon games can be better because they have been better. And it was very disappointing to me as like, a person who has played Pokemon for my entire life. And then to get Paldea. I mean, admittedly, I'm like, Paldea I just remember the most. Galar was also not fun, for the record. Galar was also very, very poorly done. Especially if you play Pokemon games like me, and when given the ability to grind, will just grind. Because in Galar, they give you that giant area in the middle of the map that's like... it's like separated into sections of like lower level, middle tier level, and then higher level Pokemon. But if you grind the way I do, those sections don't mean anything to you. And also, it's pretty easy to avoid all of the Pokemon battles in Galar because there's almost no random battles. They're all like Pokemon that you can see and come up to you. You remember getting lost so many times without the knowledge of the instant teleport to already visit Pokemon? Yes! Taking hours to get to cities. You hadn't taken any of the Titans. That's what they're called. Titans for the boosts to Koraidon. Oh, man. Half a week completing the decks. Nice. Oh, I had to figure out the instant teleport to Pokemon centers early because in my crazy exploration of the first city of the game, I soft locked myself twice. There are places you can fall in the city of Mesogosa in the middle, like, the big city in the beginning of the game. If you jump off a building too close to the wall, you can land in like a flower bed essentially, and the flower bed has a little like, I don't know, 2-inch fence around it, and your character without Miraidon or Koraidon can't jump at all. And that 2-inch fence is an insurmountable wall. And so, yeah, the first time I did that because I was, because my Rotom decks would save me no matter what. I was just like, yeah, sure, why not? We go. And I jumped off everything and figured out where everything was and got lost and broke the game in, I'm sure, many ways. Didn't actually break the game. Nothing I did was illegal. I didn't do anything that wasn't a function of the game. Hey, look at Mewtwo statue. Yeah, press the switch. Who wouldn't? I love that about Pokemon games. Come back, I'm trying to fight you. Yeah, I totally know what you mean. But I soft blocked myself in a flower bed the first time. And the first time it happened, I was like, I just saved my game. I can go back and get those items I just got. It's fine. And I just restarted. And I was like, cool, take care when jumping off buildings because you're going to soft block yourself into a place, right? And then the second time it happened is I jumped off like a cliff. There's like that, what do you call it? Like a ravine, I guess, right in front of the school. Or right in front of Mesogosa before you get to the city. And that ravine, I was like, it's water. If it is just water at the bottom, I will, get teleported back immediately because you're not allowed to fall in water in the game. Fun. It wasn't. There was a little tiny patch of land down there. Itty bitty patch of land, not attached to anything else, and therefore not capable of walking back up. And I was like, I'm stuck. And at that point, I was like, okay, surely this has to have been thought of by someone. They had to have realized someone would do this and that there is a way out. And I think I stayed down there, like, kind of running around for 20 minutes before I, like, asked people who had played the game, like, how do you get, I'm stuck. Like, I've soft locked myself again in this game. And they were like, oh, you can't get soft block because you can fly. And I was like, excuse me? I cannot fly. I just started the game. I don't have any gym badges. Like, what are you talking about? And they were like, no, you can fly immediately. And oh, Arbok, I apologize. I thought you would have killed it. That's on me. Yeah, I am so used to you not getting fly or the ability to fly until like the end of a Pokemon game. Like Gym 6, Gym 7 is when you get fly. You don't get to fly before you have triggered the event sequence to actually start like, progressing through the game. And they were like, no, you get fly. And I was honestly kind of mad. I was like, this is not challenging. If you just give me fly and give me the ability to get out of anywhere at any time to any Pokemon Center I've visited before, like, there's no challenge. And it was like, part of the challenge of a Pokemon game is that when you're exploring, there is a good chance your Pokemon will just faint. And without fly, you can white out. Like, that's the thing about Pokemon games, is that, you need to be mindful of your Pokemon's experience points because you don't have fly and you have to walk back to a Pokemon Center. And if someone gets poisoned while you're out, they could die because they take damage, right? Or in like some of the mid-tier Pokemon games, they barely survive at like 1 HP, And that's what I was used to. And I think that is a good mechanic to have in the game, because it means that you, the player, have to be more mindful and careful about your Pokemon's HP and their power points and how many moves they have left and how many Pokemon you have in your party and whether or not you can revive your overpowered Pokemon as you are progressing through the game and whatnot. And if you just let people fly immediately, all of those threats are gone. You no longer have to be a mindful, careful Pokemon player. And that is not good game writing. And I honestly think that we can blame this like babying up of games to be so much easier on the lack of critical thinking skills in the younger generation. Because almost all video games are like that. Like the first Kingdom Hearts game I ever played was very much a figure it out. You know, you run around, you hear battle music, go fight. Something's happening and you don't know how to beat a boss. Oh well, figure it out. Play the Kingdom Hearts 1 remake final mix and you cannot go anywhere without, or like just even Kingdom Hearts 2. Just as soon as you get to Kingdom Hearts 2, honestly. It was before Final Mix came out. From Kingdom Hearts 1 to 2, 1 was very much a go fight, figure it out. Kingdom Hearts 2 is every time you hit almost any battle, let's be real, or any battle of minor significance, you get a notification on your screen that like tells you how to do it. It's like, oh, better defeat those things over there. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, do people not have to think for themselves anymore? And like, they really don't, is the thing. They really don't. There's really no challenge. It's all so easy, and it makes me so mad that like we have decided that kids are not smart enough to do these things on their own. Because I'm sure if you look at like the younger generation of humans, broadly speaking, especially those who grow up with like mass technology, a lot of them seem much, much worse at like, you know, taking things seriously or thinking critically about things. And I don't think it's their fault. Like, I don't think humans are just naturally getting worse. I think it's that we are deciding to make things easier. We are deciding to cater to a shorter attention span that we created. Like, it's our creation. We did this, but in doing so, we don't have to cater to it. We can segregate time periods and be like, this is when you have a short attention span. This is when you don't have a short attention span. But to cater to it, to make like, you know, put instructions on the game. Can you imagine like opening up the first Mario game ever and it told you like run to the right to go hit the flag, jump over Goombas. If you step on them, they go away. Like, no. Like, that's not how that works. We get thrown into the deep end because that's how you learn. And like, it's good to have that in a fairly low stakes way, like a video game does. And to learn those skills through video games and through other, you know, media like video games and board games and whatnot. It's good to do that in a pretty low stakes environment. And I think that is a very helpful thing to have. And all these games that just walk you through it and tell you what to do, I don't think is a good system. And I don't think it's doing anything for the population as a whole. And it makes me sad. It makes me sad to see how far games have fallen and how they are just not not what they were anymore, in multiple ways. But like, I don't think there was any need to make these changes. You're just catering to people who honestly would be better off if you didn't. I once I have once witnessed a group of this is a couple of years ago, a group of like 13, 14-year-old boys playing Pokemon Fire Red. They're playing this game. They were playing Pokemon Fire Red. And a majority of them had made it to the Misty fight and had fought Misty and won. And then they were stuck. And I was like, how long have you guys been playing this game? They're like, we all started at the same time. And I was like, okay, so you're all like on pace with each other, but you're only at the Misty fight? Like, how long have you been playing? And they're like, about a month. I was like, a month? And you're in Cerulean City? Like, excuse me? What is going on? And they were like, well, we can't go this way because there's a tree in the way. And I was like, okay. And they're like, well, if I can't get past the tree, I can't do anything else. And I was like, well, what do you think you should do in this situation? And they were like, I don't know. And they just stopped at, I don't know. No, like, gonna try to do anything else or get anything else done. Just, I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. And I was like, what? Like, why is that the mentality? You're playing, I mean, it's a video game. There's like no consequences to doing almost anything. Like, that's part of what a video game is that you learn the rules and exploit them. And these kids were just like, I don't know anymore. I'm done. And I was like, what a sad way to have a mentality about something with such low stakes that costs you literally nothing. It's really discouraging to see that in a generation of people. There was one child amongst them who was fully like, yeah, I started the same time as everything else. He was in Victory Road. And I was like, well, at least there's one of you. One of them was in Victory Road and doing great. And I was like, cool. One of you has hope. Switching everyone to the order we want to level them up in. A month to Misty is impressive, right? I was like, come on, guys. It was a mess. One of them was in Victory Road, and then eventually they came to me because they were stuck. Oh, also these guys who were stuck on this, like on HMO 1, not being able to get HMO 1, because, you know, that's cut. I eventually told them, like, you need cut. It's HMO 1. And they were like, where do you get it? And I was like, you have to go on the SSN. And they were like, the ship? I went to the ship. I'm not allowed on the ship. And I was like, well, you have to get the ticket. And they were like, where do you get the ticket? And I was like, you have to talk to Bill. And they were like, who's Bill? And I was like, good Lord. They just don't explore. They don't explore. They don't go off to battle people. Like, they don't do anything. And that's why they're not making progress in the game. And then the one student who was in Victory Road, who was stuck in Victory Road, did eventually... Not only are these guys stuck, though, and, like, not talking to people or exploring anything in the game, you know? Also, you have the entire internet in front of you, and you're just not reading it? Like, you can Google these things. I was very concerned. But then I had the one kid in Victory Road who I told him, like, he was like, I'm stuck here. I don't know how to get through Victory Road. And I was like, you just walk through it, dude. Like, it's pretty straightforward. And he was like, I can't. There's something in the way. And I was like, oh, it's another puzzle. And he was like, well, what do I do with this? And I was like, I don't want to just tell you because then you're not going to learn anything. And let's be honest, of your group of friends, you are the smartest one because you've gotten to Victory Road. And I was like, you could look it up. And he was like, no, I have played this game without looking up anything. And I was like, oh, so you're like, you just know how to play video games. You know how to talk to people in games and like do things, which is apparently impressive given what all of the other people were doing in their runs. It was a mess. And I was like, well, I could tell you if you want. And he was like, don't tell me the answers, but can I ask you one question? And his question was, are the boulders important? And I was like, yes. And then he was like, oh, okay. And then it took him, I think, like almost a full hour to figure out the strength puzzle in Victory Road, but I digress. Anyhow, let's read about Mewtwo. Diary, July 5th. Guyana, South America. Remember, the Pokemon games take place in the real world. We have met someone who has spoken about Russia, and now we have met someone who is talking about South America. A new Pokemon was discovered deep in the jungle. Well, I'm so excited for the story of Mewtwo. Also, like, yeah, we need to make a Pokemon map that, like, actually encompasses not only everything, but also the real world, because we have South America, we have Russia. Now, we don't know when Pokemon takes place, because I don't think any of them ever have any year dates. So this could be some alternate form of the, what's the word, land masses. Like this could be like, I don't know, closer to Pangea times. We do have humans, so we, like, unfortunately that means that we can't be like that old, because humans definitely have only existed when the continents are in their current positions. But it does mean that we can have different things. Like they're going to keep moving. I already pressed it once. Maybe I pressed it again. Maybe I didn't press it. Did I press that switch? Does anyone remember? I don't. I thought I did. I don't remember if something happens if you press them twice. Does it say like nothing happened the second time, or does it just flip the doors again? Do they only open? Do they only open? Do they only open and shut? I don't know. I never paid attention. Hold on. Let's just experiment. Do it again. Thank you. Yeah, they just flipped, I think. So, yeah, I'm concerned about video games and how they are catering to the TikTok generation, and how that is going to affect people's ability to think critically, especially since these people who are of the TikTok generation, mostly, you guys know who you are, tend to have such short attention spans, and also, you know, are so reliant on like ChatGPT. ChatGPT is not smart, broadly speaking, and doesn't do a whole lot more than like give you the most popular thing it can find on Google. Actually, I don't even think it does that anymore. It has attempted, I think there's some coding involved where they've attempted to make it not just spit out the most popular thing from that it finds from Googling, and instead, you know, do something else. But it's made it worse in a lot of cases. I don't know what the current state of ChatGPT is, but like all these children and unfortunately adults who are like still in school and who are learning and using ChatGPT for like your assignments, I got bad news for you. You're gonna have a hard time later in your life when you have to like do work. Because not knowing this information like innately and like studying it on your own and synthesizing it on your own is going to be a detriment. And I don't think anyone realizes how much of a detriment it's going to be yet. But like, I am very concerned for when ChatGPT generation enters the workforce. We already have a lot of like just like kind of internet raised kids entering the workforce, and the things I have seen are horrifying. So I am concerned. I'm pretty sure you can jump off those ledges. I'm just waiting because there's some other exploring to do first. Yeah, the only thing we're looking for here is the key to the gym, essentially. Seeing how many levels we can get out of it in the meantime. But again, we're going to have to do a lot of grinding. I'm going to have to do a lot of grinding. I'll probably do all my grinding off stream for Elite Four purposes. I'll let you guys watch the exploring stuff. So like we're doing Seafoam Islands. Now we're in Cinnabar Mansion. And we will do probably Power Plant today once we get through Cinnabar Mansion and fight Blaine. Because I've already battled all of the trainers on the main map. The only trainers I have left to battle are in Victory Road. So, yeah, we're almost through the map, guys. We're almost through the game. The game is almost done. I have 2 gym badges left. And let's be real, I could fight Blaine pretty much right now. I'm a little bit concerned about the Sweezing using self-destruct. I maybe should be a little bit concerned about the sludge too. But we'll just have to switch out Growlithe after this fight. Meowth is a little weak, but it is what it is. Meowth is an item. A nugget? Oh, I love this Meowth. Yes, the nuggets. Here for it. All right. I mean, we can always get back. Let's jump. Anyone want to decide if I jump left or right? Because I don't have a map in front of me. I don't know if I should go left or right. I usually just go with whatever's closest to me. That's gonna hurt. Yep. All right. Sorry, Meowth. Or maybe we just go back and heal first. We felt weak to a lot of things in here, but... How far back can we get to heal? Oh, because I hit the switch. I was like, I'm stuck? The switch up top. Right. Whew. Yeah, we'll go back and heal, and then we'll come back up. There's also a staircase I did not take earlier. I know, I'm 90% sure one of those jump off ledges is the one that leads me to the key, but as to which one, I'm not 100%. Yeah, man. Pokemon games. I love Pokemon games. I'm sad that, like, I don't know, maybe it is just childhood nostalgia, but like gens 1 through 3 are like so memorable to me. Is this, you guys have figured out how to kill all my Pokemon? And it's self-destruct. They're like, if you don't kill us in one move, we're just gonna blow up. I've hit all the Coughings that blow up. Again, my Coughing was one of them. Yeah, a little concerned. Yeah, again, so I think a lot of it's nostalgia that makes me think so highly of gens 1 through 3, but I also did enjoy Gen 4 quite a lot. I did enjoy Gen 4, and Gen 5 I didn't enjoy. I played Gen 5, the first Gen 5 1, because it had a sequel for some reason. Probably because the first game wasn't that good. I did not like it. I didn't think it was good. It was just not a very fun game for me in my personal experience of playing Pokemon games. I was like, it just didn't hit the same way, you know? And So because I didn't like it, I never played Gen 5 2. I actually really enjoyed Gen 6. Gen 6 Pokemon was fantastic. XY, Kalos, I thought was great. Gen 7, I enjoyed playing, but it felt easy. And I was like, what's up with this? Like, why? Why is it so easy? And then Gen 8, when I did finally get around to play it, was too easy. It felt so basic and simplified. There was no challenge at all. And I think the hardest thing about Gen 8 was Dexing. Everyone's saying that Black White 2, or I guess not everyone's saying, I've heard most people say that Black White 2 are better than the original. I am currently playing Black 2, and I will say Black 2, so far, better than Black 1. However, not that many battles in it. Most Pokemon games have like the overarching threat of, an evil team force in the world, and I don't get that in Black 2. They keep talking about how the games are. Oh, I was going to go up with this. They keep talking about how the evil team like was defeated so many years ago and stuff like that. But that's it. And other than that, like, I don't know. I kind of miss it. The game feels less whole without it. I'm 6 gyms into Black 2, and so far, not hugely impressed. Most of the 3D games are easier due to the XP share. Yeah, XP share definitely does make the game feel way too easy. I don't like built-in XP shares in video games. I think it's cheap. I think it's way too cheap. I really liked, I forgot what generation did it, but there's one generation where at a certain point of the game, pretty late in the game, like over halfway through the game, you are given the held item XP share that you can give to one Pokemon. And then after you beat the Elite Four, you have access to an XP all that is a key item that you can toggle. You can choose whether or not to put the XP all on or off. And I really liked that. I thought that was very well done and good planning. Because like, I do think you should have access to an XP all after you beat the Elite Four. Just in case you want to train for like Battle Tower or something. And I think that's fine. I loved it. I thought it was great. But like giving it to you immediately, terrible. Terrible. Diary, February 6th. Mew gave birth. We named the newborn Mewtwo. February 6th, put in your calendars, everyone, if you haven't done so already. Celebrate Mewtwo's birthday. I know a lot of people born in February. I don't think I know anyone born on February 6th, though, which is great because I do have friends born on other fictional characters' birthday, and I do message them that it is the other fictional character's birthday on their birthday. Not always, but occasionally. It depends. It depends. But yeah, I don't know. XPL in Pokemon game? Not my favorite mechanic to have in the beginning of the game. I want the struggle. I want the struggle. I want to have like the one Pokemon on my team that's still at level 3 that I'm like suffering with, I want to switch train Pokemon. I want to have, your starter is kind of guaranteed to be like at level 6 before you hit route. So you're already double level of most things on the route. And I think that is a great way that the Pokemon games have been done. But like the XP share, I understand its design is just to make it so that like the grindy early part of the game is not as hard. But really all it does is make it so that people get through the game and they've never actually battled with some of their team. And I don't think that's fun. Anyhow, it's time to jump into the abyss. And I'm excited about jumping into the abyss. I am particularly fond of jumping through the abyss. Oh, also, can we talk about shiny rates? Shiny rates in Pokemon games. Why? Why have they dropped so much? They're so much higher than there's so much more. You are so much more likely to find a shiny Pokemon in a Pokemon game. No, Growlithe. If I have a berry, you can have the berry, but you got to kill this guy first. Growlithe. Let's see if I have a berry. Berry. I do. Oh, good news, Growlithe. It's the berry Meowth is picking up all the time. Maybe Meowth knows. Meowth is like, someone's going to need that. That's why Meowth has been picking up all these berries, not because he doesn't want to support this family. She's doing great supporting this family, though. All right, so the switch is just... All right, time to jump through the abyss. But yeah, shiny rates in the games used to be like such exceptionally rare things that happened. And like truly kind of like huge gasp out loud moments of, oh my gosh, something amazing. You have to like really kind of amp yourself up for and like be ready for at any moment because it could happen at any moment. And nowadays, especially in like Paldea, with the Pokemon out, which I do kind of like, I wish there were more random encounters, but like, you know, you can see all the Pokemon you literally run into, which means you can see if they're shiny. And while I get a little bit of the appeal there, it makes it less special. Because in Paldea, if you can see your shiny Pokemon early, then you can just save your game and have as many chances as you want fighting said shiny Pokemon. And I think that's less fun. Nothing over here? Nothing over there. All right, let's jump off the other one. Oh, I can't. I'm stuck. I have to go flip a switch. Tries to run, gets stuck. Oh, I think that's intentional, though, because there was that one room I couldn't get into. Let's see. Oh, no, he shook me. I don't think any of my Pokemon learn it naturally, so the story won't pop up anyways. But there's a Pokemon move spelled F-A-C-A-D-E that I, as an American, have always pronounced Facade because that's how it's spelled. And turns out there's a word spelled very similarly, except for the C has like a little tail on the bottom of it. And it's a French word. And it's pronounced facade. And I have never encountered this word. I mean, very rarely encountered this. Oh, let's read a little bit more. Diary, July 10th. We christened the newly discovered Pokemon Mew. Oh, well, those were out of order because I didn't do this in the right order. Okay, well, now I'm stuck here, and I don't remember where... I think the switch is downstairs. I need to hit the switch so I can get back upstairs and then jump off the other side. Yeah, so in Pokemon games, there's a move called Facade. I don't know if it's actually supposed to be pronounced facade in the Pokemon games. Let's be real. I don't think anyone knows what the moves are actually pronounced. as. But all of this is to say is that one day I was in, my high school English class. Oh, there's a switch. I was in an English class in high school and we were reading a book and we would read out loud occasionally. And I was reading out loud and I came across this word with the little C squiggly. And I was like, I've never seen that symbol before, but I know that word because it's a Pokemon move. And as far as I'm concerned in the Pokemon games, that move is pronounced Facade. So I read the word as Facade because of Pokemon. Yeah, it's facade. When it has the little squiggly on the bottom of it. But I pronounced it Facade, and then my English teacher, stopped everything and was like, excuse me, what did you just say? And I was like, she wrote the word, on the board and, made a whole big deal out about it, and she was like, this is a French word, and I was like, I don't speak French. I don't know what to tell you, lady. I don't speak French. That's not my native language. I have never learned French. I have no plans to learn French. Did I push the switch or did I get distracted? One more tile. I did not push the switch. But she was I don't know, for some reason furious at me having not known how to pronounce this word, and went on this whole tirade about it's facade and it's French and whatever. And then she was like, I can't believe you, me specifically, not trying to brag, but one of the smartest students in the class, because I'm annoying. I'm the worst. But yeah, one of the smartest students in class, she was like, I can't believe you don't know how to pronounce this word. And then I told her, I'm sorry, that's a move in the Pokemon games. And in the Pokemon games, it's not that C, it's a normal C, and it's pronounced Facade. And she was like, what? And then she was very confused because this woman has never played a Pokemon game in her life. And I think literally the next day I brought in my Game Boy and I taught a Pokemon Facade just so I could show her. And she was like, huh. Okay, then fine. She was mad about it, but I'm sorry I learned how to read first, and that I learned how to pronounce words by reading, because when you learn how to pronounce words by reading them on your own, you're not gonna have any idea how anyone else says the word. That's not how that works. And it's gonna lead to all kinds of differences in pronunciation. Sorry. Be thankful I didn't have to pronounce behemoth. Because behemoth is not a word that I had to think about it for a while. It's not a word that I know how to pronounce. I fell. Who's up front? Weepinbell? That's fine. There shouldn't be anyone here. Well, there is. Deal with it, Ted. Yeah. It's the same thing. I stopped watching the Pokemon anime at Gen 3. Or no, well, right when Gen 3 started, essentially. I watched Gens 1 and 2 of Pokemon. Well, if you're just gonna... That's your strat, man? Come on. I watched the first 2 generations of Pokemon anime. And then I didn't watch any of Hoenn as the Pokemon anime. I just, played the game. I love Hoenn, by the way. Favorite game. Problem is that because I didn't watch the anime, I don't pronounce a lot of Pokemon in Gen 3 the same way other people pronounce Pokemon in Gen 3, because I didn't learn it from the anime. I played the game. And when you play the game, no one talks. No voice acting in this game at all. So again, how would we know how to pronounce these words? Especially let's be real, some Pokemon names are not intuitive. Some of them are, but some of them are not intuitive. And so there is a Pokemon in Gen 3 that is, how do we describe said Pokemon? It's what is it supposed to be? I don't like. I'm trying not to pronounce its name because I want. Well, let's be real. Everyone's gonna tell me I'm pronouncing it wrong anyway. I pronounce it Chime-Co because the name is spelled with the word chime, Chime, and then Cho. And saying Chime-Cho sounded weird to me, so I was like, Chime-Co sounds better. And apparently, people have decided that the word they should have focused on in this Pokemon's name is the second part of this, I don't know, compound word, spelled Echo and pronounced echo. But even so, I am paying homage to the word echo in pronouncing the word Chime-Co. So I was like, it's fine. I can say Chime-Co. And then everyone comes out and they're saying Chimeco. And I'm like, that sounds weird because that's not how I've said it in my entire life of playing this Pokemon game. And I didn't hear this from people until like, halfway through Gen 4 was out. So it didn't occur to me ever. And why would it? Why would it? But anyhow, I say Chime-Co. And I think Chime-Co is the best of both worlds because Chime-Co evolves from Chingling, and Chingling is a little bell, and Chime-Co is supposed to be like a little ward that sometimes contain bells, and bells chime. Chime is a word. And I think that chime should be the dominant word there, and I'm not going to apologize for it. The only thing I will apologize for is... What? Okay. I did something wrong because I ended up, I thought where I was supposed to be, but then exited back to Cinnabar Island, and I don't believe I got a key. I thought that was going to be the end, and then that we would be done, but then it wasn't. Did I forget to flip a switch? All right, let's go again. I probably forgot to flip a switch. This is what I get for being too distracted talking about Pokemon pronunciations. Oh, sorry. Me distracted again. Do I have to flip all of the switches? Well, I went through the right hole and it just took me down to the floor below, is the thing. Like, do I have to push the switch in this floor first? I don't think so. Because it doesn't do anything. But in this floor, I do have to press this switch. Or else I can't get through. Oh, I don't think I finished the other side. Because remember, I went down to a staircase and then I never actually went down the staircase. I just saw the staircase, but then my Pokemon was poisoned, so I had to go heal it. I think I need to go down. Sorry, I'm like thinking through the map in my head, so I'm going real slow. Um, because that is definitely like a way out, apparently. Um, but it's weird because it's not the same way out. Over here, hold on, let me go back. You just have to kill things. Mark doesn't need to be fighting right now. Growly needs to be fighting right now. I need to trade him back after this eradicate. Yeah. No. I think that's the whole for getting out. Like, that's the fast way out. Because there is another floor that I haven't been to, if my memory is correct. Let me flip you back for Growly. Take me off this item. I didn't flip the switch, or I did, and I wasn't supposed to. My bad, sorry. Yeah, because one of the holes just takes you to, like, an item. No, I already did. The right one. The right one takes you to an item. The left one is, like, a fast way out, essentially. But on the other side of this... Yeah, because I came back to explore the holes to get the item, but then I never went downstairs. On the other side, if you just keep going past, is downstairs. But that's when, last time, all the coughings decided to start using self-destruct, and I had to... These stairs. I had to go heal my children. So it goes. So it goes. We must proceed. Yeah, because there's another level to this. I think because I just did Seafoam Islands, though, my brain is still in the brain of... my brain is still in the brain. Whoa. My brain is still in the mindset of, like, you go through the holes to get as far down as you need to. Ah, so many Pokemon. I mean, admittedly, I do need to train. This is good for me. This is good for me. I understand. You just set the rat on fire. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. And then I'll be and then I'll be through. And then the good thing about having and then Blaine has like some kind of Pokemon quiz. That'll be fun. I kind of wish there were more Pokemon quizzes in the game. I like the little side quest quizzy things in the Pokemon games. I think they're so fun. Yeah, Growly. Yeah, I never went down these stairs. Oh, wait, did I? Are these the same stairs? Did I go down the wrong stairs again? Does it matter where I step off into the holes? Wait a second. No, because I'm looking for a basement. Aren't I? I'm not looking for the 4th floor? Because I have been down there. That's an item. Yeah, I think I need to get back down. But if I go out... Oh, I didn't go down the stairs. Over here. I went down the hole, and I didn't go down the stairs. I went around, and there are stairs here. Now I remember. I'm very smart. Sometimes I do, like, really, really dumb stuff, and I'm like, I have to remember that I went to, like, a world-class institution for university. And if I could do it, so can you. Yeah. Yeah. Goodness gracious. This is what I mean when I'm saying I'm pretty bad at maps. I am pretty bad at maps. I'm better at Pokemon maps than most maps. Do not play Minecraft with me. I will get lost all the time. I will never find my way home. I am a person who, in order to play Minecraft safely, quote unquote, I need to like constantly be writing down coordinates of where I am and where I'm going, or else I will be lost. Oh, Meowth is another item. I know there's a lot of stuff in here, Meowth. You're doing great. You ready to hear more about the tale of Mewtwo? After we killed the coughing? I just always forget that Pokemon Mansion has 2 doors out because because it's the same door. They didn't like, you know, I kind of wish they had put the door out like on the side of the building and made you pop out on the side, but they didn't. Diary, September 1st. Mewtwo is far too powerful. We have failed to curb its vicious tendencies. Yeah, you did. Press the switches. I have to go battle this guy. I walked past him to learn about Mewtwo. That might be the end of the Mewtwo saga. I think there might be one more book down here, and then that will be the very, very end. But that might be the end, if my memory is correct. Also, what doesn't make sense is that, like, why are there, like, 5 different diaries? Where am I now? You're in a basement. Burglar Lewis. Oh, well, well. It's Growly versus Growly. We fight! We fight. Ah, man. Now I'm like, do I have time to get all the way back to the power plant today to do power plant exploration today? And then tomorrow's Giovanni Victory Road Day? Maybe. The residents must have left him. Dude, I don't think anyone lived here. Field restore, thank you. Me trying to run while I haven't, like, left the... I'm like, why can't I walk? Because the text box is still up, obviously. All these quick attacks are chipping away at Growly. He's just doing his best. Go, Growly, go. Although I will say, almost done with the Pokemon Mansion, despite taking a wrong turn twice. And only 1 poisoning so far. So not bad. I thought the coughings would be way worse. But no, it's just a ton of Raticates. A ton of Raticates. And we are almost done. Just got to get to the end of this room. And then head out. And then we can fight Blaine. Why do all the Raticates have berries? Not that it, like, is significantly changing the tide of battle, but, like, a little bit. A little bit. Crowley, you're so close to 48. I think you could do it off this trainer battle. You just have to one-shot the first guy. And I think you could do it. Yeah, you can one-shot a Magnemite. That's a type effectiveness in your favor. Flame Wheel. Beautiful. Growly still knows Ember, doesn't he? Alright, I will let you stay in for the Electrode, but we will switch you out. Just because I'm pretty sure that gives you 48. Meowth has another item. Meowth is doing so well. Go Weeping Bell. Sonic Boom. Just a standard cut, please. Talk about weird Pokemon designs. Voltorb and Electrode. I mean, they're like obviously meant to be Pokeballs, but then you have to wonder about like their evolution. You especially have to wonder about their evolution since they put them in the game, the prequel game, Legends Arceus. That's the concerning part. All right, get Growly out of here. Growly doesn't need to be in peril. Thank you. Thank you for the Oranberry. We appreciate you and all of the support you've done for this family. I'm assuming because the statue is here that I need to push it. But I think there's like 2 rooms ahead, so I probably have 1 room to get to without pushing it, and then 1 room to get to after I push it. You gotta push it, push it. That's a song from a Disney Channel movie, sorry. I don't know why that popped into my head. Probably because I was saying push it 5 times. You know, like you do. Miss? Yes! So close, Meowth, so close. But you know what that means? We can get a payday! So my assumption is pushing the button on the statue gets me to the key that I am looking for. And not pushing it gets me just another item. Probably a TM. I don't think I've come across any TMs in here yet, so I probably have a TM to find. So let's go. Yep, there's an item. That's probably the easier one. And then I'll have to come back to the statue so that I can get further through. I can't believe I got my staircases backwards. It's not like me. It's not like me at all. I did so well with the ladders in Seafoam Islands too. That's the weirdest part. Like, Seafoam Islands is usually the harder map for me to remember. But again, I do have an older brother, and he did take over a lot of my Pokemon games when I was little, which made it so that I just didn't know maps. It's like did I get the item? No. When we first played Kingdom Hearts, I played through the Blizzard for free. When we first played through Kingdom Hearts, I started the game, and I played through Destiny Islands, and then my sister played through Traverse Town, and then I played through Alice in Wonderland. And then my brother, who was like watching the game because he wanted to like know the plot, because we were all doing this because a friend of ours was talking about the game and we were confused. So we were like, we'll just play the game. But then we were going too slow for him. My brother was like, can I just beat the game real fast and you guys can play it again if you want to? And we were like, sure. And then my brother beat the game real fast. But like, I had a lot of friends at school who had been talking about this game. And I hadn't played the game until, like, you know, I guess like a couple months after it came out. But they were all talking about this game. And the thing I remember the most is all of my friends were talking about how difficult the final boss battle was and how they couldn't beat it and how they've tried multiple times and they still couldn't beat it. And it was really, really hard. And then we get this game and we get through like the whole, you know, beginner section, and my brother starts taking over. My brother does not grind when he plays video games. My brother very much is just like, YOLO, we'll figure it out. And so me and my sister watched my brother play this game, and he gets to the end of the game, and you know, you could feel it's the end of the game. The music changes and whatnot, and things are getting intense. And then a crit. Meowth loves me. Or you realize you're dying. Sorry, Meowth. I'll flip you up for Weaving Bell. We're at the end of the game, and then we beat the game. And like on the first try. And I was like, all of my friends said it was hard. And my brother was like, well, they are your age. Maybe it's harder for you. And then he get like after the game was over, right? And we had done the whole thing. Then we did the final battle again, and I took the controller. And then I beat the game. And I was like, no, not hard. And he was like, maybe we're over leveled, and we checked our level and it wasn't even that high. And we were like, all right, maybe there's something else at play here we don't know about. Maybe they like really like sped run through the game and like don't have the levels or whatever, the items, etc. And so we played this entire game like over spring break. And also over spring break, we 100% complete the game because we heard there's a secret ending. So we did. We got 100% completion on the game. We got the secret ending. And we finished the whole game in a week. And then we were done. And then I go back to school. And I asked my friends who were playing this game. And I told them, hey, I played that game. And they were like, oh my gosh, are you stuck? Like, isn't the last boss battle like so hard? And I was like, no, we beat the last boss battle. And they were like, what level are you at? And then I told them, and they were at a higher level than me. And I was like, my dude, I do not know why you are struggling with this boss battle. It sounds like you have everything you need to get it done. And no. They did eventually beat said boss battle. It took them like weeks. And I was like, my dude, like they definitely leveled a lot to beat it. We did end the game at like level 100, but that's only because like you have to get 100% completion. So I don't know what that was about, but it's what it is. Oh, good Lord, everyone's just blowing up. About to white out in the Pokemon Mansion solely on self-destructs. What is up, guys? Arbok. Let's get out of here. But I mean, free XP is free XP, right? Yeah, fight. Good job, good job. Oh, not again. We're done. Now we leave. Up the stairs, around the corner, out the door. And then we go fight Blaine. And then depending on how long... Well, the thing is that Blaine's gym is like a Pokemon quiz, which we know because we read the sign outside. It said he's the quiz guy. And the thing about Blaine's gym is that if you get the questions right, you don't have to battle the trainers. but I want to battle the trainers. Will they let me battle them if I get the question right also? Like, can I get it right and still battle? I want the experience points. I need the experience points. I'm trying to get to higher levels. I need like at least 10 more levels to get well. I need at least 10 more levels so I feel safe fighting the Elite Four. I could just talk to the trainers that answer, but I also want to answer the question. I want to prove that I know things about Pokemon too. I've played this game multiple times. You're right. I could just talk to the trainers. My brain is like, I must prove that I am smart and that I know things, but also I don't have anything to prove, I suppose. The game's perfectly playable without that. Can I talk to the trainers after answering the questions? Can I answer the questions after battling the trainers? I don't know. We'll figure it out. And I will talk to the first trainer and then see if I can answer the question. Too far. Too far. No, there's no way they wouldn't let me not battle the trainers, right? We'll just answer the questions correctly and then talk to the trainer. And be like, fight me. Because I don't want to answer the questions wrong. I already talked to the statue. I got confused. Yeah. I'm just going to answer the questions correctly. And then battle the trainer. Because, like, they're still there. They'll still fight me. I'm 90% sure they'll still fight me. Arbok, I haven't let you use strength in battle yet. Go toss some people around. Show them how strong you are, my good little snake. And now we're free. I just have like a lot of Pokemon on like 12 HP because of the self-destructs. Oh, the panic. The panic of the self-destructs. Also got to get to the intense music of Victory Road. Not today, not today, not today. I have the key to Blaine's gym. Heal! A shame that Weepinbell is still not at level 54 because maybe that's how we'll end the stream. We'll just grind Weepinbell. What'd you get? Oranberry. Good job. Weepinbell should be up first, except for Blaine's gym is fire type. Let's go, Blaine. I like how it just lets you in afterwards. Hi! Fire Pokemon Pro. Take some burn heals. I don't have any. There could be a TM for Weepinbell in the mart. Not this mart, but in Celadon City, maybe. Get it right and the door opens to the next room. Get it wrong and face a trainer! Caterpie evolves into... These questions are so easy. Okay. Fight me. I like how Blaine's gym is just like, I was a criminal. Blaine. Who are we? I mean, I'm all for giving people a second chance at life, but like maybe tell them to say something else. Or maybe they just don't want to give up their like outfit. They're like, "No, this is my trainer class. I'm committing to it." And if so, kudos to them. Good job, Mark. We love you. Yeah, I think well, I want to check through like some of the TMs. Like, I just pick up Solar Beam. I didn't even read one of them. I think I like barely glanced at them. I think I just picked up Solar Beam and Blizzard, which could save me money if I teach Mark Blizzard instead of Ice Beam. I wanted Mark to learn Ice Beam. Before the dragon type Pokemon I'm gonna have to fight later. Cause I know they're coming. I know they're coming. But I think the last time I checked Celadon, it was like, oh, I did not mean to use Surf again. Did I use Surf again? Yeah, I did. I might run out of Surfs before I get to Blaine. Oh, Mark, the boosted experience points is great. That's a lot of money. If only I had an amulet coin. My dude, maybe you shouldn't be in a gym. Are you just like optional trainer fight? Fun. We love those. Super nerd Eric. Vulpix is so cute. God, I love Vulpix. You know, I know I like to make fun of Pokemon designs of later Pokemon generations. I also make fun of Pokemon designs of earlier Pokemon generations. Like, I don't think Geodude is a very interesting looking Pokemon. I like Graveler and Golem a little bit better, but like, Geodude, come on. Is what it is. I think my biggest complaint about most Pokemon design, though, is that obviously it's a limitation of the graphics, but in the original generations of Pokemon games, the Pokemon look more like animalistic because they have to be done with fewer pixels. So they're naturally like sharper points that happen in them. And like the shapes of the eyes, etc., make them look, you know, like animals, like creatures, and not like humans. And I think human-looking Pokemon freak me out way more than, like, a sentient piece of garbage as a Pokemon. Is what it is, I guess. I'm not a huge fan of the sentient piece of garbage. I do kind of like the idea of, like, Pokemon lore that something that is there long enough will just kind of gain sentience. And if that's just part of the Pokemon world, that's just part of the Pokemon world. Pokemon quiz! There are 9 Gym League badges? No, there are 8. Go through. Fight me! Also, I realize it's likely a typo, but I love the idea that Weepinbell's name is actually Weepin' Beeple. So cute. So cute. Uh-oh, Mark is in a vortex. I actually should heal Mark just because he's running out of surfs. Look at all those experience points. Ah, feels good. I think I have enough surfs to get through this guy, but I don't think I have enough surfs to finish up the gym, especially Blaine, you know? Oh, Charmander's Metal Claw did nothing. That was cute. Good try. Yeah, I'll probably go back to heal. Gyms would be, I think, way harder if you couldn't leave. And I understand why they let you leave, because they obviously don't want you to just, like, give up if you white out in a gym. But, like, no, Mark, you got this, you got this. But being able to, like, leave after every trainer and heal is is one, nice. Two, a little easy. But it's an easy mechanic that has always existed, so it doesn't make me mad. Yeah, I think maybe I do just have nostalgic value for old Pokemon games, and that's the lens through which I look at everything. And I'm like, the game is better, and it's probably not. It's probably just me being like, it's better because I like it more. Let's go heal. 3 trainers? How many more does he have? How many trainers are in Blaine's gym? Sabrina had 7. Erica has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Koga had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe Blaine also has 7. Giovanni doesn't have any, if I remember correctly. Actually, he might have some trainers in this game. He doesn't have trainers in the original game. There's a game in which Giovanni doesn't have trainers in his gym. But I don't remember which one it is. See, no fight. No fight. Pokemon quiz. Here we go. Poliwag evolves 3 times. Poliwag evolves twice, but with an optional third evolution. You could choose Poliwrath or Politoed. Poliwrath is Waterstone. Politoed is a trade evolution holding the King's Rock. Hey, do you think trade evolutions holding items should count as just a trade evolution, or should they count as an item evolution as well? Because I think they should only count as a trade evolution and not as an item evolution. I think item evolutions should only be cases in which you put an item on a Pokemon and it evolves. Like, I don't think King's Rock trade evolution, Protector trade evolution, the other ones, Magmarizer, Electivizer, etc. I don't think those should count as item evolutions. I think they should only count as trade evolutions. And it's a continuous point of tension whenever I play Pokédoll. Or Pokédoku. Alright, Pokemon quiz. Let's go! Are electric type moves effective against ground type Pokemon? No. Something about conductors and etc. for that. Ground wires. Super nerd, Derek. Got Rapidash. Have you met Mark? Oh no, it knows Fury Attack. How many times will it hit me? Oh gosh, Rapidash. Impressive. It's like when I played through Paldea, I had a Tandemaus that eventually became a Maushold. And I taught it Population Bomb because why wouldn't you? And then you give it the item that makes it easier to hit. And then Population Bomb hits a million times in a row. It's great. I think Mausholds might be the first normal type Pokemon I ever actually had on my team. If you played the Pokemon MMO trade evolutions that require items can have the item used on instant trade. Yeah, I kind of understand. I like the idea of trade evolutions though, just because the original trade evolutions at least. The Pokemon design makes more sense as a result of the trade evolution. Get it right, get it wrong. Conserve your strength, get it right. Here we go. I didn't read the question at all. I just said yes. Pokemon of the same kind and level are not identical. Yeah, natures, dude. I didn't read the question, my bad. I was thinking about trade evolutions and Pokemon designs. But like, Machamp and I think it's Golem and Graveler and Machoke. Like, if you look at their designs, they kind of make sense because Graveler kind of looks like he got 4 arms, right? But then when you trade them over with Machoke, it kind of makes sense that like their DNA kind of mixes up a little bit. And that's how Machamp gets the 4 arms. And I like that idea a lot from like the original trait evolution principle. Obviously it changes in later gens when you don't have to do like the specific Pokemon trades and whatever. I mean, I don't think you ever have to do the specific Pokemon trades, but they're always done in pairs, the trait evolutions. So it makes sense that their design would kind of be affected by the trait evolution. At least in my brain it does. So I like the idea of them having trait evolutions, even if they do have held items. I think that's fine. And I like it. Should I heal Mark? Or do you think Mark is okay to take on Blaine? We're very close. We'll do one more trainer and then we'll heal Mark before Blaine. I'm barely on this machine, yo. Let's read the question this time. TM28 contains Tombstoney. TM28 is... No, TM20... Is TM28 Earthquake? Or is Earthquake TM26? Earthquake's one of them. Earthquake is... TM26, yeah. TM28 might be Tombstone, but Tombstoney is not a move. I don't think I've ever played any Pokemon MMOs. Oh, no, that's not true. I tried to play one once, and it was actually really fun. I enjoyed it quite a bit. The problem with Pokemon games, like Pokemon MMOs, usually, is that they're on the computer. And no offense to my computer, I love you, and I play many, many games on you. Pokemon doesn't feel like a computer game to me. It feels like a handheld game. So, like, I want a controller at the very least if I'm going to play a Pokemon game. Which is why the Switch worked out for me. Because I could put my... What do they call the Switch controllers? Don't they have names? I don't know what they are. But I would put those on my controller and just, like, play on the controller on my computer for the purposes of streaming. Which is, you know, how we play Pokemon games. Or at least I'm used to playing Pokemon games. Joy-Cons! That's what they're called. Joy-Cons. I was like, I know they have a name. I just don't know what it is. I am bad at names. I'm so bad at names. Hi, Blaine. I'll be back in a second. Mark needs some HPs. Joy-Cons. I did kind of, when I was getting a Switch, when I finally decided I would buy a Switch and play Sword and Shield before the new Diamond Pearl games, newer Diamond Pearl games, I did, like, I don't know, every store I went to, because I wasn't, I don't know why I didn't want to buy it online. I didn't want to buy it online. I was just like, I'll just go buy it at the store. But then, like, the first, like, 3 stores I went to didn't have, like, the classic Switch colors, and they only had colors I didn't want. And I don't even remember what they are. But I was like, I want classic colors or, like, something aesthetically pleasing, you know? And none of the stores I went to had them for a while. And I was sad. Or they all had Switch Lights. And they were like, just get a Switch Lite. And I was like, I don't want a Switch Lite. Like, if I'm going to buy a Switch, I want a Switch. So I did eventually get my Switch, and now I have a Switch. Hi, Blaine. How are you? Are there more questions? No? Do you also have a painting of a picture? Oh, a photo of Blaine and Mr. Fuji. Cute. Were you guys the ones who made Mewtwo? Tell me, Blaine. I am Blaine, the red hot leader of Cinnabar Gym. My fiery Pokemon are all rough and ready with intense heat. They incinerate all challengers. You better have Burn Heal. I don't. But I'll fight you anyway. Oh, what does Blaine give me as a present? Do you give me a fire type move? Because if so, Growlithe can learn that. Would love for Growlithe to learn some fire type moves. Some more fire type moves. Probably not that many. I'm probably only going to do 2 fire type moves on Growlithe. I think Growlithe's going to keep Bite. Just so I have that as a super effective choice against Agatha. I'm so concerned about Agatha. Yeah, go Mark. We love you, Mark. You're doing great. I love Pokemon battle music. Let's go. So the bad news is they're outspeeding Mark, but the good news is Mark is killing them in one hit. Rapidash! Let's see how long you can go, Mark. I believe in you. 42. That means Giovanni's gonna be like, what, 45? Ooh, Mark. I don't think you take this Rapidash in one. Yeah, because you didn't take the other Rapidashes in one either. I should have used Surfed again. I forgot they have Hyper Potions. Mark might die. And that's okay. Rapidash missed! Mark, it's your chance! That's right, Mark. You never let an opportunity go. We love you. I will let Mark attempt to get a Surf off and outspeed this Arcanine. Or maybe Arcanine will miss. We'll see. But with the Intimidate... Ooh, he didn't miss. That's gonna hurt. Alright. Fine. If we want to win fast, we should just do Arbok. Go Arbok. We love you. That's right. Now we might use a Hyper Potion again. Just Rock Slide again. Like you do. Like you do. Good job. We love you, Arbok. Yeah, Volcano Badge. Look at all that money. Rip no Amulet Coin. Heightens the special stats of your Pokemon. TM38 contains Fire Blast. Don't use it on water type Pokemon. I love that, Blaine. That is so funny. Fire Blast. Fire Blast is the lower. That's the thing. Is like all the TMs you can find and get access to are the lower accuracy ones. I did. I beat him. All right. Oh, hi. Hi, Bill. I am. Well, not really, but yeah. Ooh. If I go, I get stuck. I'm going to have to say no. I'm on a mission. All right. Now we have to ignore Bill. So instead of healing here, we're just going to go back to Pallet Town and heal there. Because Mark has fainted. And I also still have to surf on Mark. Sorry, Mark. We got to go heal. And unfortunately, the Sevi Islands are too much of a distraction from the goal of this run, which is to beat the Elite Four. So we head back and we get them done. Some free experience points for Growlithe. Unless I guess Growlithe gets poisoned, in which it's not free, but you know, is what it is. Get them points. Get them points. Ugh. I know Mark gains like boosted experience points because he's traded, but like the effort. All right, my humans. We are going to end stream very shortly. Very shortly. But I want to remember that next stream starts at the power plant. So I'm going to get myself as close to the power plant as possible. Meowth is in charge of using Payday on every wild Pokemon I beat on the way there. Let's go. I just crashed into a wall. We're at like, what, 430 per Payday? 240. 340? We're at something 40 for Payday. Oh, but he gained a level. 235. There you go. I didn't remember that number at all. This time we're here for the encounters because every encounter is 235 Poké-Dollars. All right. I think that's actually the end of our encounters until... Oh no, Diglett's Cave. Diglett's Cave. Diglett's Cave. I missed. All right. Mostly want to do power plant just so I can get any items that are in the power plant before we head back to Viridian City and Victory Road. So I'm just getting myself as closer as possible so when the next stream starts, we're ready. We're going to be ready to go say hi to Zapdos. And Moltres. Ideally tomorrow we say hi to both Zapdos and Moltres. We said hi to Articuno today. And we'll say hi to his brethren. In my brain, Zapdos is male, Moltres is female, and Articuno is female. I don't know why. They don't have gender in the Pokemon game. Most of the legendary Pokemon are genderless. Also, it doesn't make any sense that there are Galarian forms of legendary Pokemon. No sense at all. Why would that happen? Why would there be alternate forms of legendary Pokemon? Pokemon there are only one of. I don't get it. Why? It doesn't make any sense. Pokemon. Please. Help. I wish I could work for the Pokemon Company and make their games make more sense. I so wish I could. It would be nice. It would be nice. God, if I spend all my money on TMs, I'm not going to have any money for potions going into the Elite Four. Only the potions that I have, like, picked up on the map. I am going to grind. So... Not between today and tomorrow. I'm going to grind between... Probably tomorrow. I think tomorrow, if I can do Power Plant, Giovanni, and Victory Road... Then tomorrow night I will grind. And then maybe Wednesday we do... On Wednesday we fight the Elite Four? Oh my gosh, is that it? Are we almost done? That's crazy. Low-key hoping for an encounter there because... Payday. Oh, Meowth, do you have an item? Yeah, you do. I'm going to go into the Elite Four with just all my Pokemon holding berries. Meowth has supplied the team so many berries. Does that mean if I go to Bill's house right now, he's not there because he's on Cinnabar Island? Let's check. Team Rocket member at the end of Nugget Bridge. It's funny because it's like Nugget Bridge, but it's just a ploy to get Team Rocket more members. No, he's here. These are your favorite Pokemon, Bill? How did you accidentally turn yourself into a Clefairy? You were like... Just decided not to. Cool. Well, Bill now simultaneously exists in both Cinnabar Island and Cerulean City. Whoop. Bike. Crazy. Absolute insanity. I missed. whoop. Oh, a battle. Or not. JK. I came all the way here. I'm a Pokemon. I want items. I am here for items, my dude. All right. After we battle Pokemon. Mark! Hit me! Oh, you have a Rhyhorn. I don't think Payday is going to do much to your Rhyhorn. If Meowth could tank, imagine how many Paydays I would get off this Rhyhorn. But Meowth cannot tank, and therefore Meowth needs to use stronger moves. That's right. Now we can go back to using Paydays. Here for the money, Mark. And maybe as a treat, I'll let you meet Mark. It is so funny that they put a Mark in the game when they also named this Lickitung Mark. Part of me wants to also like go back and trade with all those other people and figure out what they nicknamed their Pokemon because so silly. Their names are so silly. I love them. Oh yeah. Sorry. Mark, the Pokemaniac, has a Lickitung. And I have a Lickitung named Mark. Oh, that did more. How much are you going to hit me for, Lickitung? Ooh, a decent amount. Actually, not bad. Payday! We're just here for the money. That will hurt very little more. Although I am almost out of paydays. Maybe I'll heal before I actually go into the power plant. I don't know what level the Pokemon in the power plant are going to be. I'm assuming 30s. But either way, Meowth is now too low. And we need Meowth to get that grind on. Both for her own levels and also for money. Look at, I picked up more money off the floor than you gave me. You have more rare Pokemon at home. Dude, bring them. Let's fight. Let's fight. I will say Lickitung is kind of a rare Pokemon in this game. I already forgot who your first Pokemon was. Rhyhorn? It's just a Safari Zone encounter. Anyone can go to the Safari Zone. It just costs a little bit of money. Hey, look at the gentleman. I caught him mid-step. I love catching the sprites mid-step. I think they're so cute. Thank you. I love their steps. The steps animations are so cute. All right, guys. All right, we're at the power plant, and we are also at my typically designated breakfast times, which means it is time to end the stream and take on the power plant tomorrow. So, to everyone who has visited, thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed your time here. I hope you guys will have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.